Hello everyone, Happy New Year! It's your boy Hauser here, and today I'm reviewing Transformers Legacy Evolution Bludgeon. Taking a closer look here, you can see on his chest he has all this nice detail. He's a retool of Tarn, so he has all of his same details, but here's obviously the treads here, the big cannon stores on the back with these two tank cannons folded up on his back. He has posable hands, which are really nice. He's decked out in his blue, what am I going on about? His grey, orange, and red with a bit of green. And it just looks phenomenal. Taking a closer look here, you can see his cannon stores on his back here. Here's these two tank cannons on his back, sticking out on a diagonal. Here's these big green armor panels on his sides with the treads on his shoulders. His feet are a really nice mold. You can see all the mechanical detail there. His shins and his legs are done in a really nice green and red color. He's this massive sword and it's beautiful. His hands are an amazing mold. The gunmetal grey on him looks phenomenal. I can't say that word properly, but he just looks amazing. He's a retool of Tarn, and as you can see, that retool really worked here. First, let's take a look at all of his accessories. So looking here, in his hand he has this really nice sword piece, and it's just amazing. It's done in this red base color. I don't know what type of color red it is, but I love it. And then the blade is obviously painted all silver. Let's put that to the side. And then on his back, he's this cannon that can be removed. So it is these two barrels there, this main piece in the middle, that this piece on the bottom can swivel, so it can have multiple placement options. The barrels also are removable, which you can see these are separate pieces. They're painted really nicely with a silver in the middle, a black tip, and orange done on the outside. Same with this one. They're both molded in this really nice translucent orange, which the plastic on these clear parts is really sturdy. Their quality has really gone up in the past few years. And with these two guns, you can combine them into one big gun that you can hold. But personally, I think this looks stupid. But yeah, it's practically accessories. Now, let's get into posability. But just before posability, I'd like to say something that when you're transforming him, he can chip on his chin there. That's just a quick thing, and when you're posing him, he can chip there since when his head swivels, it scrapes the bottom here. It might just be with my copy, but I'm just saying when you're transforming him and posing him, his chin can get some paint chipping. Same with these arms and the legs here. Just the paint's like, it won't scratch off if you do that, but this is just a warning so you can keep your figure all nice. Starting off with posability, he has a really nice ball joint at the head, can swivel around, can it? Not 360, but all the way to the side. You can look up about that far, down about that far, and it's helped by this hinge joint at the base of the neck. His arms can go out about that far and swivel. If you drop them down, it can go a full 360. If you pull his arm out, he's this hinge joint here that can allow for extra posability, but that joint's mainly for transformation. His bend at the elbow is really nice, can go above 90, just a bit above, and slightly back, which is, never do that with your figure. There's a swivel at his wrist, and hand articulation, which is really amazing. On a Voyager, a mainline Voyager, Hasbro has been stepping it up with their figures. And I know it's originally for Tan, but I'm still saying it for this guy since he's amazing. He is a pretty good waist swivel for a mainline figure. Really good. Can't go all the way since it's blocked by this piece, but if you untab it, which might take a while since this piece is firmly in there. And just be careful since a lot of the joints and pieces are clear plastic, like this piece and this chest piece. But if you move that, he's a full 360 waist swivel. This guy has a pretty beautiful spread, and the joints here are separate pieces, so when you put it out, it moves by itself, but just be careful so they don't pop off. He can kick up about that far and back about that far, same both sides. His knee can bend a bit above 90, but if you unlock this joint that's meant for the transformation, it can go, he can kick his own butt, and a fly just flew by the screen. Camera, same thing. He can pivot his foot up that far, and go back that far, and he also has a, that's disappointing, like, only that much? Can't you get more? Like, after this, it feels like if you were to push it anymore, it would break. Like, is that all you can get? Look at a figure from a few years ago. That's heaps more. It's not even a good ankle pivot. Doesn't ruin the figure. Doesn't ruin the figure. So quickly before the transformation, I'm going to show you a few modes he can do in his robot mode. Well, a few things he can do in his robot mode. So with his cannon, you can get this, plug it in the little hole in his back. You want it to be sticking all the way up. Fold these little cannons down so they plug into these tabs. Get his cannons out. You want to make sure these are sticking up. So this one goes on this side since the little tab's sticking up. Plugs in like that. Same on the other side. Just plug it in like that. And there. Here's his cannons over his shoulders. That's just a quick mode or thing before we transform them. Now, let's get into transformation. First thing you want to do before you start transforming him is close his hands, since it might get annoying if they stay open during the transformation. First thing you want to do is flip them to the back. Fold these cannons down and untab it like that. As I said before, be careful here because it's clear plastic. After you've untapped it, swivel it around and pull it down so it's on an angle like that. Next, you want to pull his head all the way back and pull this chest piece a bit forward. Then you want to fold his feet down and tab the legs together. Now you swivel the arms all the way up, just like that. And now I'm going to grab onto him from the arm joints and pull. Takes a while, gotta have this up, and now pull them apart. You'll know if it's pulled apart if you see a little gap right there. Now you want to swivel this part down till you get to about there. Here's the side view. Now you want to pull this back a bit more so it's facing almost at a 90-degree angle out. Now you can pull this up more, and as you pull it up, you want to push the head down just like that. after doing all that, you've allowed clearance for these to pull down all the way. Make sure the arms are fully straight and these stay tapped in. Here's a frustrating part, since you might, as I said earlier, scratch the paint of the chin. But you want to move this, tab this pin into that hole there, just like that, and push this down. But since his chin sticks out a bit, make sure you want to have it all the way down. And I don't fully close it in since it'll scratch that chin paint, so this is the most push down I can go. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but that might just be a thing on my copy or some other copies, but just be aware of that. Now you want to swivel the arms like this, pull these armor panels all the way around so they go on the other side, just like that, and swivel the hands around so this part faces the top, just like that. Once you have it like this, you want to bend the knees up to there and align this tab with that one and push it in, and you want this joint to hinge, this hinge joint to move like that, I don't know the correct word, and tap it in like that. Let's do that with the other side now, just like that. Once you have it all like this, or mostly like this, then you can push this whole assembly back and it'll unlock these joints. If the legs come apart like this, just have them together like that. Now you can fold this down while moving all the parts, make sure everything stays aligned, and tab the feet, that tab there, to these tabs there. Just tab in like that. Sometimes the arms will get out on the slot and get out of their place. You can fix that up later. I always like doing this at the end, but people normally do it earlier. Now you want to fold this down and just bring this whole assembly so it tabs in like that, and then tab that in there. You want to do the same with the other side. Now for the final thing is the weapon storage. You want the cannon to be in this configuration, but you want to take these out and then just slot them in where the notches at the top are facing up, just like that. Now you want to tab it in with those two tabs there. These tabs go with those tabs, so just plug in like that. Be careful of paint chipping. And finally, his sword goes wherever you want. You can put it there, put it there, put it there, put it there. But I just like to put it at this back slot right here. Tab it in, and there we have it. Now here we have Bludgeon in his vehicle mode. It's really good for what they were working with, but I don't like that his hands stick out at the back. It's not the most noticeable, but that's just a thing. And also, if you don't align it properly, those could look slightly slanted, and of course this could look slanted as well. But overall, it's a really nice vehicle mode. And the underneath doesn't look bad as well. But if you want it to roll, it doesn't have any wheels, it just has these knobs. Slide like that. It's not the best, but who cares? Anyways, that's all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Highly recommend this dude. Buy him or I'll sue you.